didn't want nothing to do with him. I mean, I don't mean any offense, no disrespect. I don't mean harm to him or anyone. I just didn't want nothing to do with him. The way I see it, everyone's got to deal with their own problems, you know? The Almighty knows I got a load of them. I mean, I have enough problems just trying to keep my family fed. Who's helping me? You know, my donkey got stuck in a well last week. And I felt pretty silly trying to get it out all day. And I still haven't heard the end of it. But that donkey is important to me, all right? Can you believe it? In a well? Shoot. The way I see it, it's okay looking a little silly, fighting for something that's important to you, you know? Yeah. If it means anything to you, my donkey's okay. That fella I got involved with a couple of days ago, Jesus. He kind of told the story like mine, a parable to the Pharisees, no less. Well, what are the chances of that? Man. About a man getting a donkey stuck in the well. What are the chances? You know, I can still see him. What's funny, though, is I see his back. I remember his back. Who remembers anybody's back? I don't know what my own back looks like. But I knew about Jesus well before the last couple of days. You'd have to dig a hole and live in it to not hear something about Jesus. He was pretty popular with most folks. Actually, I like to say that I had dinner with her. Me and my boys, that's right. Can you believe it? There were some other folks there too. About 5,000. Not counting women and kids. You know, that's just the way Jesus is, though. He can be in a crowd, but it'll make you feel like he knew you was there, and like he was glad for it. Well, they say a miracle happened that day with the food. I didn't even see anybody packing anything, but he had to. He got done speaking, he sat down, he prayed, and all of a sudden there was food for everybody. Next thing I know, I was stuffing my face with fish and bread. There was enough, more than enough. Funniest thing, I remember his back. Did I already tell you that? I remember his back because I saw it a lot the other day. We're walking down the street, and I wouldn't have even recognized him, known it was him, unless I heard people hollering his name. He was being dragged down the road by these Roman soldiers with two other guys, and his face was messed up real bad. Something fierce. Now, these two other guys, they were known for causing harm to folks. But Jesus, why? I didn't want nothing. I couldn't afford to. His back was all tore up. And I could see muscles, and was pretty bloody. And what looked like bone. But I couldn't tell what was bone or pottery shards from the flogging whip. That guy who did that must have been pretty angry with Jesus, because he had a heavy hand that day. And his clothes was all ragged. And when he was walking down the road, lumbering each step, his clothes would kind of catch on his wounds and tear them open. And then he'd bleed some more, and then that piece would hang in. As weak as he was, I could see each muscle kind of tighten when he flinched in pain. I hated them. Me and my boys were just coming in from the countryside. We didn't want nothing to do with nobody. And these two Roman soldiers grabbed me and took me away in front of everybody. In front of my boys. Do you know how humiliating that is? I remember Jesus' back because I had to see it over and over and over again. Because they made me carry his cross for him. And all the way to some skull place. I hated them. And I think Jesus should have hated them too. He didn't do nothing to deserve that. He did nothing. And when they nailed him to that hunk of wood and they stuck it in the ground, he just said, "Father, forgive them. They don't know what they're doing." Man, I was thinking he was going crazy. I mean, who wouldn't? But then he made a point to look around at them soldiers and at them Pharisees and at each one of us. He knew exactly what he was saying. And he knew exactly who he was saying it to. And I started thinking about his teaching and how he'd reach out to people you never even think to. I started thinking, why would I not want nothing to do with him? He should want nothing to do with me or with us. After he died, he just kind of hung there. They did what they had to with the body. I heard a soldier say, "Surely this is the Son of God." Can you believe it? I think I do.